AddictionCounsellor in New Westminster, BC. I have a big day today. I did my hair. See? It's all fancy. I'm all fancy today. I have a big day today. Today is my niece Gloria's 40th birthday party. Yes, I have a niece that's 40 years old. I actually have tons of nieces and nephews. I have a huge family. I'm the youngest of 11 children, so I have great nieces and great nephews and humongous family. Thank you, God, and thank you, my mother. So today I am celebrating Gloria's 40th birthday party. I am driving a really long way for me because I am a very routine type person and I don't really get out of my comfort zone too much, but clearly I'm doing that a little bit more these days. So I'm driving to her house, which is like 4 hours away, which I thought was 2 hours away, but I was wrong. So now I'm feeling a little bit more anxiety around the far drive and how late we're going to be, but that's okay. So I thought I would talk a little bit about my process in terms of going to a party and being sober and staying sober and making a commitment to my sobriety. First of all, I should say that the people that I'm going to visit today are kind of the first people that I sort of drank with. My brother Ken married a woman, Joanne. I love her. I adore her. And she was like a country musician, and her whole family is full of musicians that play country and blues and just amazing live music all the time. And those people loved to party. And so they were kind of the first people that I partied with when I was a teenager. And so today is going to be a bit of a test. There's two places where I feel like I would be tempted to drink. One is with my family, because it's just a habit for me to drink with my family. And plus I find my big, huge family a little bit overwhelming and overstimulating. And so I drink to sort of calm my anxiety. So I've had to find different ways to be able to calm my anxiety that are not alcohol and drugs. So that's that. So part of getting ready for me in terms of going to a party sober is usually a very anxious type of thing. I hate to admit, but I get very anxious and overwhelmed, and I basically want to not go because of the anxiety. And so often I used to not push myself to go to things where I felt anxiety. But now I do push and challenge myself to do things. Otherwise, I just end up doing the same things over and over again, and like going to the gym and going to meetings. And I really want to have a bigger, greater life than that. So I am challenging myself to show up and to go and do things that I have to push past my anxiety to be able to do. So in getting ready, it's not just like getting ready externally. I have to get ready internally. That involves usually listen to some music. Today I listened to Pearl Jam. It's kind of my jam lately. Elderly Woman and Black and Even Flow, and just trying to just calm my anxiety and help me be in the moment. And another thing is like aromatherapy, essential oils to like calm my nervous system. A lot of breathing, a lot of praying. So I'm kind of like, when I'm preparing to go somewhere, it's like I'm preparing internally as well as I'm preparing externally, because externally is really not what this channel's about. I mean, I curled my hair. I don't know, there's some products I like. It's not really what it's about. So going into a situation where there's going to be alcohol and maybe drugs, I don't know. Been a minute since we went to a party, but I have to think about sort of like my plan, right? And so I know that my brother is also sober. I know that his ex-wife now is also sober, and his current wife is also sober. So I know that there are sober people that I can go and hang out with and be my safe place and You know, just kind of relax, be like, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and allow myself to, you know, come into the space and relax and basically ground myself and feel centered and calm. Because usually before I would walk into a party and the first thing I would do is a beeline for the alcohol to relax me. So now I've had to find different ways to relax myself so that then I can sort of like go forward. Another thing that I often do if I'm in a place that I feel anxious is I'll find a job to do. Usually there's dishes to wash or something to clean or whatever. I just kind of find something to do that will sort of take my mind off wanting to drink. I do think about the mistakes that I've made in the past, and I sort of think about, you know, why am I going to choose sobriety today? Like, why won't I drink? Why won't I choose to drink? And the reality is I do believe that today, because I'm not in a place where my body is addicted to alcohol, that I do have a choice whether I put it into my body or not. For some of us, once we do have a drink, then we don't have a choice. I am definitely one of those people. I do think I can stop at this point or at that point in my drinking 11 years ago. You know, I wouldn't continue to drink in the morning or anything, but I think that is just yet. And I do believe that I have sort of the genetic disposition of alcoholism, and I just don't want to test it. I don't want to see what I can achieve, how bad it could get, you know, if I continue to drink alcohol. Like, it got bad enough for me to seek help and to stop, and I have no desire to go back to anything bad. I want to go forward into the good, and for me, that is choosing sobriety. For me, choosing alcohol is choosing to go backwards in my life, and I just want to go forwards. And I don't want to have a life of alcohol. I don't want to have, it's nice to go to a party once in a while, you know, get dressed up and go places and see family and listen to music and hopefully dance and all those things. But I don't want that to be my whole life. I don't think that if I kept drinking, like, I wouldn't go to the gym 6 days a week. I wouldn't, you know, pray and journal and be connected to my higher power in the way that I am today. I certainly wouldn't be showing up on YouTube. A big part of sobriety for me is peace, for sure, serenity, but also having a different life. Like, my last drink was June 8th, 2013, and it was after my high school reunion. And I just remember driving away in a cab, and a bunch of people were going to a party after, and I just thought, I don't want this life anymore. This isn't what I want. I want something different. And showing up on YouTube and trying to write a book and trying to do things with nonprofits and trying to make a difference in the world, that's different. And it's more exciting and more interesting. It's a better life for me. And so that's a good thing to remember as I'm going into a situation that, you know, will look like fun at the time. And the other reality is that, you know, my life is built on my sobriety, which is what I wanted. I wanted to build my life on being sober so that I could really make a commitment to my sobriety, to myself. And that's why I aligned my career with my sobriety. Yeah, so going into the party today, I feel more relaxed. So nice. It was not that way like an hour ago. And feel like I've done what I can do in terms of my anxiety. I am gonna have something to eat before I go. We have music for the car. I'm going with my daughter. I'm very excited to spend time with her. We're renting a hotel. It's gonna be just like a fun little girls' night. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing my family and seeing my niece and having fun. And then I'm also looking forward to waking up tomorrow and being able to wake up sober and feel proud of myself and like who I am in the world, and not feel ashamed of behavior that I did or said in front of my family. And I want to be a person that I can respect. I want to be a person that I can trust. And I want to be a person that I can be proud of. And none of that is possible with alcohol. And I need to remember that today and every day, but especially on the days that are challenging where it looks like a lot of fun. And so my prayer is today that I can have just as much fun, if not more, because I'll be able to actually authentically connect with people at the party, that I can have as much fun sober as I would have thought I would have with alcohol. Because I didn't have authentic connections with my family or friends when I was drinking. It looked like more fun, but it was all very surface. And so I'm grateful, just to be able to go out and party sober and share a little bit of how I do that. And I hope that's helpful for anybody. And thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting on these videos. It really does help me and encourage me, and I appreciate you doing it. So it's gonna be a good day. 4-hour drive ahead of me, but it's gonna be 4 hours of hanging out with my daughter and having no distractions, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's that. Have a great day. Thank you. See you tomorrow.